Welcome in to Moving the Chains. I'm Kevin Thomas alongside Jerel Hendricks. Got a great interview lined up for you guys today. Got a very special guest, the quarterback of the Hillcrest Rams, Bennett Judy. Bennett, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing well, man. I appreciate your time. We really do. If this is you guys' first time tuning in or listening, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, etc. at Movin Chains, MOVINCHAINS. Our audio-only version of our podcast also available on Spotify, Apple, Google, etc., places like that too. So, in 2021 as a junior, Bennett, you combined for over 3,000 yards, 43 total touchdowns. You were the Region 1 5A Player of the Year and 5A All-State quarterback. Hillcrest Rams won Region 1 5A and advanced to the second round of the playoffs. Bennett, let's get it going here. How's your summer been, man?
It's been good. We've been doing some 7-on-7s with the team. That's been really good. Defense has been looking great because we have a ton of returners coming back from next year. So, I got to experience everything. Offensive line is coming along fine. We're only returning one starter, but our coach has been getting them right, and they've been looking good. So, it's been good. And for 7-on-7s, I know it's just 7-on-7, and it ain't football now. It ain't 11-on-11. But we've been able to do pretty good in that. We played 5 tournaments, 4 college, and one was at Rain High School just this past weekend, and we've been able to make it to the championship in all of them. So it's been looking pretty good so far. And like I said, I know it ain't I know it ain't 11-on-11 now, but we're seeing some good things.
So Ben, just like a quarterback, you talk about the team first, but we want to get to know you as well. How's recruiting been going for you as one of the top quarterback prospects in the state? You gone any camps or anything like that?
It's been going good. I've been blessed enough I've got 2 offers. I got one from North Greenville, and then I've got one from Anderson. And then I've got a couple other D1 and FCS schools and FBS schools that I've been staying in contact with. I don't want to name anybody and leave someone out and then make someone mad or nothing. But I've been really blessed, and I hadn't really been focusing on it too much. Right now, my focus is trying to win a state championship. I think the whole recruiting thing, that'll figure itself out over time. But it's been going good though. I feel really blessed to be where I am right now.
So Bennett, obviously football is huge, but also so are academics. Like, you've got a great GPA, 4.429. How have you stayed focused in school, and then have you even thought about what you might want to major at the next level?
Yeah, so I actually I'm planning on right now I want to get some kind of major in some sort of education. I'm thinking maybe history or something. And I actually want to get into coaching. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Yeah, I just try to ask every college I go to. I try to ask a coach, how do you get into this? I'm just trying to be a sponge and really absorb information, like how you get into coaching. I talk to my high school coaches about it all the time. Yeah, I'm planning on getting something that has to do with education. Then either I'm going to be a teacher and coach high school ball, or maybe another route I was thinking about is being a GA somewhere and then getting into college ball that way. So I'm just trying to, I'm not 100. That's pretty much what I'm set on doing. Anything could change now, but that's my dream, is to be a coach one day.
Very cool.
That's awesome. So looks like you've been in the weight room, been packing on some weight on that frame, getting ready for this season. We've seen that you put on upwards of 20 pounds. What's that workout plan been like for you? Are you just eating a bunch of protein shakes, and what's going on with that?
Yeah, so I was just eating a ton. I think I was eating about 3,500, 4,000 calories a day. And really just trying to stuff my face the whole day. Lots of pasta, shrimp and rice. That's a big one, shrimp, rice, and white sauce. I lost a little bit with just camp season and everything and 7-on-7s, but I think I'm going to be able to put it back on in this next month. Not everything's kind of cooled down. I'm excited. So because that was one thing for me. I played around I want to say 180 last year. So, one of my biggest goals this offseason is just put on weight. So,
very cool. Very cool. I know you mentioned 7-on-7s earlier. We've been kind of following you guys on Twitter and stuff like that. It's like you've been very successful, like I said, making the championship in all of those, 7-on-7s. What are some of the different ones you guys have won or have gone pretty far in?
I know we won the one in UNC Charlotte. We went 3-0 at NGU. And then we won the one at Wren. and then we made it to the championship at USC. What was the other one we did? Oh yeah, we made it to the championship. Our first one, we went to University of Georgia, and then we made it to the championship there. So.
Now you mentioned that, that's not real football, but it is good, team bonding. How vital are those tournaments, those 7-on-7s, and fostering the camaraderie with your team and preparing for the season?
They're awesome. We love the thing about Hillcrest is I can look to my left and see my running back I've been playing with since I was 7 years old. Me and him playing on the Saints. I can look to my right and look at my receivers. I see Avery McFadden, Jerel Neal. They played on the Bears, Simpsonville Rec. So it's really cool. I feel really, really lucky to be able to be the quarterback of for the guys that I've been playing with since I was, really long as I can remember, since I've had a football in my hands. And, just we've already had like a great camaraderie just because we've all kind of grown up together. But yeah, I mean, like whenever we get to stay at hotels and stuff for 7-on-7s, we get the rap battles going. It gets heated. It's fun though, and yeah, I mean, we love each other. We're a family, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
So you got excited when I asked you that, so I got to go off the kilter here. So who you guys listening to these days? Me and Kevin are getting old.
I mean, me, I'm more of an older fashion. I mean, I like Luke Combs, Eric Church, but I mean,
that's my style. There we go.
Yeah, they all kind of pick on me. I try to put on some Waylon Jennings or some Keith Whit practice, and then they let me get one song in, and then they'll turn back on. I honestly don't know who they. I don't know, but
love it.
Yeah. So we were talking kind of offline about some 7-on-7 stuff, and you also played on the high school Blitz 7-on-7 team. Kind of in the spring going into the summer there. How cool is that to kind of get to play with some talented players from around the upstate and around the state as a whole, and not just the guys you play with every day?
It was awesome. I love those guys. Those are my brothers. It was really. I kind of knew a lot of the guys just from camps and stuff, and to be able to play ball with them was awesome. And then Coach Washington, I love that guy. He coaches YNT. I'm sure you all are familiar with his name. Mm-hmm. And Coach Walt, that's my guy. So it was really cool being able to play for them, and then being able to play with guys. I know T. Will. He was. I think he just committed to.
Tech, right?
Yeah, that's right. He plays DV. And then we had a whole lot of those players were actually. I want to say a couple. I know Avery was on that team. Logan was on that team. We had a couple Hillcrest players on there too. So it was awesome. It is some of the most fun football I've played.
So for the listeners and viewers who haven't been fortunate enough to make it to Simpsonville and see the Hillcrest Rams play, what's your offensive philosophy there, and what's your style as a quarterback?
Last year we I think I want to say 51-49 pass run. It was basically split down to even run pass. But we run the spread. We run a lot of RPOs. And then in terms of run game, we pull a lot. We got trap, inside power, stuff like that. Pulling the backer, pulling the kick out end. Then we run some zone, outside zone, inside zone, that kind of stuff. Just basic stuff that a lot of schools run. And then we throw it a lot. So I mean, yeah, we're pretty 50-50 when it comes to how much we want to throw the ball, though.
Got a balanced attack. Oh
yes, sir, for sure. That's we got a great running back. Last year we had a great offensive line, so it is fun. It's a fun offense to be in for sure.
Yeah. So now looking at you personally, Bennett, do you consider yourself more of kind of a pocket passer, or got to kind of let's get out and move around a little bit, or what do you consider your style really?
I mean, I'd say I'm balanced. Because I know like some games, I'll throw for however many yards, and I'll have a pretty good game throwing. And then like we played Malden, where I only had one throwing touchdown. Then I ran for 3, and Logan had a couple. Me and him, I think he rushed for like over 200. I rushed for over 100. So I guess it honestly really just depends on the week and what team, But I'm definitely not afraid to get out of the pocket, moving around. I mean, my favorite I wouldn't say my favorite. One of my favorite parts about football is just hitting. I'm a football player at heart. So it's I'd say I'm balanced though. I don't know if that answers your question, but I'd say I'm balanced.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's not often you hear that a quarterback likes to hit. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool answer there, man. So, talking about some quarterbacks maybe at the college or pro level, who are some guys that you kind of see as influences, or you kind of try to, model your game after, guys you just like watching in general?
Tom Brady, definitely. I love watching his film. And not only just the film aspect of it, of him as a player, but just how he prepares on game week. I don't know if you guys have seen it, Tom versus Tom. I love watching documentaries on these guys, and really getting to see how do you prepare not only during the season and in the game, how do you perform there, but how do you prepare during the off season? So that's one of the things I look at a lot. I love watching The Last Dance. I love that. But stuff like that. And then I feel like I'm Joe Burrow. I love watching him. Love watching him play. Joe Burrow, Tom Brady. Those are some guys that I could watch them play football all day.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, TB12's the GOAT. I mean, and not just how he prepares on the field, but like you said, his program off the field, his diet, all that stuff he does is incredible. And then Joe Burrow is like a stud.
Crazy.
He's a winner. He's a winner.
Yeah, me and Kev went to that national championship game where they whipped up on Clemson. So that wasn't fun for us, but it was good to watch him play. So going back to the Rams, you guys are loaded. You've mentioned, your running back and your go-to receiver and Logan Coldren and Avery McFadden. How much easier is it for you as a quarterback when you can, hand off that zone play to Logan, or you got a one-on-one with Avery and he's going to go get it? How does that make your job easier?
It definitely makes it easier. Whenever you've been playing with guys, me and Logan's and Avery's chemistry, I know when they're going to break on a route. I know how deep they're going to break on a route. Logan knows what route I'm going to tag them on if they give me a certain look. Same for Avery. And I think the thing about Hillcrest is, we don't have a ton of transfers that come in and take people's we don't have a ton of transfers. Like I said, like I was kind of saying earlier, we play with the same guys that we've been playing with since Simpsonville and Fountain and Rec. For the most part, we're all from Simpsonville and Fountain Inn, so we all got that chemistry. But yeah, it's awesome playing with those guys, and I wouldn't want to play with anyone else.
Awesome. So we mentioned Logan and Avery. Who are some other guys that maybe not be those two, but other guys that people should watch out for this year could have breakout years?
Honestly, I think it could be anyone. We on the offensive side of the ball, Jalen Neal was really good for us last year. He's fast. He's pretty fast. And then our two, Hunter Wisniewski graduated and Jeremy Jackson graduated. Those were two outside receivers. But we got some people that are going to try and come in and fill the shoes and do their job. So it could really be anyone though. We don't really throw it at one receiver or one running back per se. We really try and spread the ball around a lot.
Yeah, that's one thing that I noticed last year. We saw you guys play a couple times. It wasn't like you locked in on one receiver. You had multiple guys with multiple catches each week. So that was really cool to see, because the high school level, a lot of times you don't get that. You get, a team has one stub receiver and that's all they throw to. But you guys had a lot of options out there, and you did a great job of kind of spreading the ball around and sharing the wealth for sure.
Yes, sir.
So you mentioned it briefly earlier that you guys lost 4 starters on the offensive line. It all starts up front. But how's that group coming together, and how much easier is it for you, having experience to help those guys come along as a group?
They've been coming together really good. I've been trying to learn this whole offseason during lunch mostly. I would come and with my offensive line coach, I'd try to learn the run game, because I kind of figured, once spring ball got going, there'd be a lot of questions that had to be answered and everything. Just in terms of is on such and such play, is the guard pulling the tackle on the defensive end, or is he pulling a linebacker? Does the center block down on a one? Just stuff like that. I've really been trying to learn, and really just try to answer their questions whenever it comes up in practice, and really just be a leader, and try to be an extension of coach on the field. So,
awesome.
Yeah. We've had the pleasure of talking to this guy a couple times, but want to get your thoughts. What's it like playing for Coach Frates? Seems like an awesome guy for sure.
Oh, yes, sir. He's awesome to play for. That's my guy. I know he's got an open office. Anytime you want to go in there and talk to him, you can. I love learning from him. he coaches hard, but that's how I want to be coached. So yeah, it's awesome playing for him though.
Sticking to that theme, your dad's on staff there and helps you guys out at Hillcrest. How special is that? Having him there with you day in and day out, especially going into your senior season and you're about to move on and go to college.
I'll be honest, I really don't think about it too much. Just because at this point, whenever I see him at the school or whatever, like I don't look at him as my dad. I kind of see him as coach. Yeah. So I honestly I really hadn't even thought about that. That's actually a good point you bring up. But yeah, I mean, at this point, he's basically just another coach on the staff, to be honest. So
just something you'll reflect on afterwards, right?
Yeah, sir. Probably so.
Just coach right now. I love it.
So last year, Bennett, you guys were the number 1 seed in the playoffs. You had home field after winning your region there. You lost to Ridgeview in the second round at home. How much has that kind of motivated and fueled you guys this offseason?
I'd say it has. It's done its job. We know how good we can be this year, especially with all the experience coming back. We had a really young team last year, especially on the defense side of the ball. So obviously, I mean, it's not good to be young, but the coming year, after that year, they've got all that experience. I think it's going to be really good for us. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, though. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep being a family. And, we're just going to keep playing football.
All right, shifting gears, a little bit easier question. This is a typical Movin the Chains. It wouldn't be an interview with us without asking a food question. So in Simpsonville or maybe in Greenville, you're out with the guys. Where are you guys going to eat?
Waffle House. Me and my boys, we go get Waffle House every game.
Okay.
All right, what's the order? I got to know.
I get a hash brown, and you got to make sure you have the ketchup on it. And either Waffle House. If it ain't Waffle House, sometimes in the off season, me and my linemen or some of my teammates. I know I was there with BJ, Logan, Avery, a few of the guys the other night. We go to Wingnuts in Fountain Inn. We shoot
good
some
spot.
food.
Good spot.
Yeah. They make good food. They got the P.D. Terry burger. I think that's what it's called. Is what Owen was telling me about. Yeah, they make some good food for sure though.
Good deal. Wingnuts is a good spot. Jerel, we got to get there soon. All right, I'll take you soon, buddy. Oh man. So last one here, Bennett. What are some of you guys' team goals and also individual goals for the 2022 season?
So for the team, it's just to win state. And I don't really know like what my teammates' individual goals are, but I know for me, I honestly just want to win state. That's pretty much the only thing on my mind. I think everything with recruitment will like kind of figure itself out. Only thing on my mind this year is winning state because we didn't get it done last year, and you always want to send your seniors out on top. So I really, that's pretty much the only thing on my mind, to be honest, is to win state. And if records or whatever come with that, then cool. And if not, I really don't care. To be honest, I just want to win state.
Well, this has been great. Definitely want all the listeners and viewers to check out and follow Bennett Judy and the Hillcrest Rams team on Twitter, Facebook, all those places. Definitely keep up to those guys and their stats and highlights this year. Also, like I said, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Movin Chains, MOVINCHAINS, also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, etc. Jerel, any other questions for Bennett before we let him get out of here today?
Nah, no questions, man. Just continued success. Keep working hard. Easily one of my favorite players that we got to watch last year. One of the best players in the state. I will not be surprised if he's a Mr. Football candidate. And I wouldn't be surprised if these guys did make a state championship run. Really, really solid team and a really great player. So just good luck to you and thanks for your time today, Bennett.
Appreciate you, and I really appreciate y'all having me on.
For sure, Bennett. Appreciate your time, man. Best of luck in this big senior season coming up here. Look forward to stopping by our practice or a game early next year and catching up with you soon, buddy.
Sounds good.